Wanted to share something real quick about my dude, Jason David Frank, Tommy, the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, he was the Red Ranger, the Black. I mean, he was all over the Power Ranger universe. But I knew him as the Green Ranger and the White Ranger. And I heard some horrible news recently that he had passed away. Typically, when you first hear that news, all the details don't come out. And later on, was confirmed that he took his own life and that he was struggling with some things. I was super upset to hear that news. Someone that was a hero, childhood hero, who I looked up to as a kid, definitely in a position where they just felt like their only option, their only recourse was to end their life. I don't know him personally. I don't know all of the details. What it looks like from the outside looking in is that there were some difficulties going on inside of his marriage, and that may have affected his feeling and how he was feeling towards life. To me, it's a good reminder to myself, but also to others too. Because when things get difficult, we have thoughts in our head that tell us that, you know, it might not be worth it, or that it's too difficult to handle, or that maybe there's no hope. So it's a good reminder to me, because I feel like a lot of times we just go throughout our lives not thinking that other people are dealing with difficult things in their lives. You don't get to know the inside scoop. More often than not, we should ask those around us how they're doing, and ask real questions and have intimate relationships with people to where we really know who they are on the inside, not just on the outside. The second thing that it reminds me of is that I don't believe that we should find our true value and true worth in what we do, whether we're the Ranger or we're successful in business or whatever it is that we do. Those things aren't the true value of who you are. And therefore, those things, whether they're up or they're down, because life is always going to be a roller coaster and a pendulum of highs and lows, those things don't dictate your value and your worth. I believe that God has created all of us individually, special, unique, and that we all have a role to play, and that we all have a plan and purpose for our lives. Part of the journey of life is going through highs and lows and learning from our mistakes, not making the same mistakes, but making new ones, and moving forward and helping others who go through similar things. If you're going through a difficult time, you feel like, hey, there's no point, there's no reason to go on, then I just implore you to reach out to someone, reach out to me, have a conversation. Because while something can seem very dark and difficult now, that doesn't have to be the story tomorrow. It doesn't have to be the story a month from now, a year from now. It doesn't have to be your life story and the end of your life story. There's always somebody that we're typically looking up to, that we admire, that we'd like to be like, or may be challenging us in some ways to grow. And the other side of that coin is there's always somebody behind us that's looking at us. And so we have a very important role to play in each other's lives, and it's an intentional role. And it's not an easy one all the time, but together we can do it. So rest in peace to Jason David Frank. Love you, man. I'm praying for your family, praying for your friends, and I'm thankful for the time and the influence that you did have while you were here with us.